In this video, basically, I'm just going to be discussing why I'm holding Cardano till at least 2020. I'm just not going to take profits on it till then. There's a couple of coins that I hold, kind of short term, kind of 6 to I suppose you could say 12 months. And then I've got some coins then that I'll just leave build for like 2 years. So, for example, Electronium would be a coin that I'd hold kind of between 6 to 8 months, and then I'm going to cash out on that, hopefully around kind of like the $20 mark. That's my goals for Electronium, whereas my goals for Cardano would be a lot different. And I'm just going to discuss why. So basically, I was on CoinMarketCap, and I saw that Cardano was actually down to 59 cents, which is a great buying opportunity. And I'm going to go kind of in depth into why Cardano right now at 59 cents is such a good buying opportunity, and where it's going to head in the future, and why it's different to Ethereum. Because everybody kind of just knows, like, oh, Cardano, the Ethereum killer, but like, do they really kind of know the ins and outs of Cardano? So in this video, hopefully, you'll be a little bit more, I suppose, well versed on some of the aspects Cardano is hoping to solve. Okay, so why I'm holding Cardano? As I said, kind of smart contract space is very young. Ethereum is currently winning, but not for long. So this is the same with Bitcoin. Like, Bitcoin is obviously still winning, but long term, will it survive? We don't know. Probably not. Like, there's better technologies coming through. So in this video, I'm just going to be basically discussing, will Cardano be the crypto to surpass Ethereum? Now, before I get into this, there are other competitors here. It's not just Cardano. There's Neo. There's EOS. There's a couple of more, but they'd be the kind of main ones. But in this video, I'm just going to focus on Cardano. If you want me to do a video comparing all of them, EOS, Neo, Ethereum, and Cardano, I'll be more than happy to do that. But in this video, I'm just going to be discussing Cardano because I myself am invested in this. I'm not invested in any of the other ones. I was going to invest in Neo when I was at, I think, about $9. Kind of biting myself considering that it's gone up to like $150, but at the time, I put my money elsewhere, so I have no complaints, really. Okay, so let's get into it. So firstly, the advantages of Cardano over Ethereum, security being a really big one. So it's got a unique proof-of-stake algorithm. So this name, Ouroboros, or whatever, is just, I don't know what it is. I think it's like some mythological monster kind of thing or something. I think their whole marketing is kind of set on like things like that. So like their wallet is like the Daedalus wallet, and I think that's like some fucking Nordic creature. I could be completely wrong now. If I'm wrong, just say it in the comments. But anyway, this is the name of their proof-of-stake algorithm. It's more secure than Ethereum. Ethereum has been hit by hackers a lot in the past. And Ethereum uses a proof-of-work consensus algorithm. So the difference between proof-of-stake and proof-of-work is that, the main things would be miners needing expensive physical rigs to actually carry out mining, and that's very cost effective. That's very costly. They'd be paying out a lot on energy. That's one of the reasons why China is actually thinking of banning, Bitcoin mining, or just cryptocurrency mining in general, because of the energy that it consumes. They could just be using that as like a scapegoat. They probably are just against crypto in general, but that's kind of what they're saying. So the energy involved. So obviously, this is a lot more secure in terms of, it's not going to be hacked as easily, and it also doesn't, take up too much energy. So it's kind of more cost effective. So the second one is its programming language, okay? So it's a mathematically based programming language. So the name of it is Plutos. Now, it's written in the Haskell language, which is more universally known than Ethereum's language, Solidity. So, if you want to make a decentralized application with Ethereum, you'll have to learn Solidity. Now, it's kind of similar to JavaScript, if any of you guys are programmers. I'll actually just get up an example of it. It looks similar enough to JavaScript. This might do. So if you can see that, it looks, it's pretty similar, but it's, it has its own set of rules and its own kind of naming conventions. So you will have to unfortunately learn that. Now, Plutos is Cardano's unique language also, but it's a little bit more universally adoptable for programmers. This language offers more control than Ethereum's language solidity, and it's virtually bug-proof. So there's been some complaints with Ethereum's language in that there'll be a lot of bugs. That's actually, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's why QuantStamp was actually founded. Basically, QuantStamp is just it's a crypto you can invest in if you want. It's pretty interesting. It basically just kind of scans through, a coin's code and just basically determines, it just highlights any bugs, and I think it can actually fix the bugs. But, using Cardano, there'd be no need for that because it's bug-free, which is pretty interesting. Okay, so the third reason, I also say, just going back to the programming language, like a more universally known language is going to bring in more developers, will bring more applications, so therefore Cardano would be used more than Ethereum long term. And that's just a big point under this point here, number 2. So number 3, open to working with regulators. So, this is kind of like a hot topic of discussion at the moment, in the decentralized area. So obviously all cryptos kind of want to just stay away from, third parties. That's the whole point of decentralization. But, kind of like at some point, you're going to have to cooperate with regulators, as in, this is what Charles Hoskinson has said himself, and they've got a set of protocols in place that allow the perfect balance between basically user privacy while upholding some regulatory needs. So it becomes the first cryptocurrency to balance these two aspects. Technology to protect users' privacy whilst taking care of the needs of regulators. So basically the user's history cannot be tampered with by any third parties. But then regulators then themselves can still, I believe, identify certain users and blacklist them if needed. So it's just interesting to see that basically, Cardano, while most cryptos will fear regulation like the plague, Cardano are actually open to it, and they think that it'll actually drive them even further. Because it's definitely an interesting point, because regulation is definitely coming down the line. So it's just good to know that they're open to it. Okay, so 4. A uniquely practical wallet. Okay, so I'll be talking about the wallet a good bit here. Now, if you know me, I've talked about the Cardano wallet in previous videos. Now, I said that it's very slow to connect to the network, which is true. You have to download you have to sync with all the blocks. There's like a couple of million blocks. Now, it took me like 2 or 3 days. My laptop was just plugged into the wall. Finally synced up to the network. Now, it is a little bit slow, even when you do turn it on. But, that could be because, it's relatively new. I presume that down the line, they're going to tighten up the wallet a little bit and, make it kind of more massively adoptable, I suppose, is the word for it. So, basically, it's just going to let you hold loads of addresses so that you can have an address for a certain, function, because they're all about making this coin massively adoptable, as well as having a platform for decentralized applications. They're actually looking to make ADA an actual transactional currency. So having different addresses for issuing and receiving funds, and then a separate one for personal needs, that's pretty cool. Okay, so the next point is, in the wallet they're going to have a crypto to fiat exchange. So this is really interesting, so basically they're going to have a cryptocurrency wallet that will be universal for all cryptocurrencies, and then you'll be able to cash out then that crypto into fiat, which is definitely ahead of the game. Point number 6, Cardano will also have a debit card upon project completion. So this definitely makes it stand out in terms of practical coins. So as I said, they're really pushing the platform side of things, having a place for developers to make decentralized apps, and they're also pushing the transactional currency, the actual utility of the coin, which is great to see. And then the final point, which is probably one of the most important, points is that it's led by Charles Hoskinson, who previously worked on Ethereum. Now he knows all the ins and outs of Ethereum, and he's going to supersede them with Cardano. Okay, so these are basically, my seven points as to why Cardano is definitely one to hold, because you're not going to really see immediate returns like you would with something else, like we'll say Electronium or something like that. That you're going to see a little bit more growth there. This is definitely something just to hold and just kind of forget about. Smart contracts, this whole kind of concept is relatively new, even though I suppose the actual concept for a smart contract, I believe, was actually invented in 1993 by a computer science guru or something like that. But they're actually kind of implemented into the blockchain technology, obviously, in recent years, and Ethereum is currently the market leader. However, not for long, as I hope, this video will help you kind of understand why, just like basic issues like security, scalability, the cost of Ethereum, regulation, and then just the practicality of Cardano as an actual coin. I believe the total supply of Ethereum is like 100 million, I think. Don't quote me on this, I could be wrong. Circulating supply, yeah, so just under 100 million. Whereas Cardano is, it's more of a transactional currency at 31 billion. Circulating supply 25 billion. So that's going to help definitely in terms of its utility. People actually using it on a day-to-day basis. Actually, Justin's son tweeted something today. Just while I'm making this video, it's just. He tweeted a picture of a Lamborghini for sale in some city. I'm not too sure what the city is, but they only accepted crypto. Now I thought that was just the coolest thing ever. Look, Lamborghini Murcielago for sale in the hotel parking lot. Cryptocurrency only. So it's 8.3 million TRX for this. They don't accept Cardano, which is weird because it's a top 5 coin. But I just thought it was pretty interesting. So yeah, Cardano is definitely on sale at the moment. Think of it in terms of that. I think it hit a peak of like $1.30. I think it got up to. So for it to be at 60 cents right now is definitely a good buying opportunity, and I just wanted to highlight this for my subscribers. Okay, so this is the video for today. I believe that in 12 months we could easily see a $10 Cardano. Based on all the issues that it's solving, that Ethereum is facing. So I just wanted to highlight this to my subs and just, kind of just show you kind of like an in-depth breakdown of Cardano, because a lot of people just kind of touch on the surface. I kind of wanted to go a little bit deeper into it, and hopefully, you have a better understanding of it now. So I'm kind of doing my college exams at the moment. They're in like 2 weeks, so I'm kind of studying for them at the moment. So that's why I'm kind of slacking off with the videos. I haven't uploaded a video in I think 2 days. Now I'm sorry for that. I'm going to try balance both video creating and college as best I can. So this is my video for today, and if you enjoyed it, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll probably upload a video tomorrow. Thanks.